Hey ladies, this one is for all the ladies out there who want just a healthier life. Hormones make just about everything happen in the body. So whether you're trying to avoid pregnancy, you're trying to get pregnant, you want to have a healthy pregnancy, you want to have a great postpartum, literally whatever season you are in, these tips are going to help regulate and balance your hormones so that you feel better, sleep better, have better energy, improve your digestion, have healthier reproduction function, and so much more. Everything I talk about here, I also talk about in depth in my holistic fertility program, which is beneficial for anyone in any stage of life because it provides a bird's eye view into a healthy lifestyle that is going to feed into fertility. So if you're interested in learning more about all these things that we're going to talk about, check out my holistic fertility course linked here in the corner as well as down below in the description. Now, with all that being said, let's jump right into our 7 things not to do for healthier hormones. Number 1, don't skip breakfast. This is so common for women to do. I know this was something that I did for years before realizing what I was doing and what it was doing to my body. Women often do this because 1, they aren't hungry when they wake up, 2, they're too busy or rushed, or 3, they're trying to lower their caloric intake, probably because they want to lose weight. So let's talk about all these things really quickly. For that first one, not feeling hungry when you wake, this is a symptom of a slow metabolism. In order to have a healthy metabolism that uses nutrients properly and sends them to the parts of the body that need them, it's important to be eating protein-rich, nutrient-dense foods all throughout the day and especially in the morning. So even if you're not hungry, forcing yourself to eat a breakfast with at least 30 grams of protein will improve your hormone balance and your metabolism. Now for number 2, you're just rushed and busy. The problem with this is that cortisol spikes 30 to 60 minutes after waking up. Cortisol is the stress hormone. Now we want it in normal amounts in our body to be alert and have energy, but when we skip breakfast, especially because we're rushed, we have this cortisol spike on top of a cortisol spike, on top of a cortisol spike, and this over time can be very detrimental to our hormones and overall health. Now, for that third reason, they're trying to lose weight, skipping breakfast has actually been shown to be associated with weight gain because of how it's impacting hormones, slowing the metabolism down, and because it often creates cravings later on that people give into for the sake of energy or just for enjoyment. So bottom line, don't skip breakfast. Aim for 30 grams of protein at breakfast or at least 15 grams before heading out the door before you can have a full meal a little bit later. Number 2, don't drink caffeine first thing in the morning. The first couple of hours after you're awake is when cortisol levels are highest. Caffeine also raises cortisol. Now imagine drinking your cup of coffee on an empty stomach too. Cortisol on top of cortisol on top of cortisol. Basically stress, stress, and more stress. The best time to consume caffeine is 2 hours after waking up. That should give you plenty of time to eat your breakfast as well. Number 3, don't do cardio only. Cardio is a good form of exercise, but shouldn't be the only type of exercise you're doing. Women often gravitate towards running, walking, HIIT workouts, etc. And again, these aren't bad, but should be done along with resistance training. Training with weights improves insulin resistance, which is going to help with balancing blood sugar, which is essential for hormone balance. Weight training helps with the metabolic processes of the body, which provides energy and cell power. Doing cardio-only workouts often stresses out hormones and is not an effective way to strengthen the body. So along with cardio, adding in 2 to 3 resistance training sessions per week is going to help with hormones and your overall health. Number 4, don't eat carbs alone. Now, keep in mind that I don't say don't eat carbs. I'm simply saying don't eat carbs alone. Carbohydrates provide quick energy to the body because they quickly turn into sugar for your cells. This sugar is called glucose. When glucose enters the bloodstream, insulin is released by the pancreas. However, when there is very little or no protein to also utilize in the body, it can often create an imbalance of glucose, which over time can create an insulin resistance, which we see in prediabetes or diabetes, which in turn deeply impacts hormonal health and even fertility. Balancing blood sugar is so important when it comes to hormone health, and a great way to balance it is by eating plenty of protein. You want to aim for at least 30 grams of protein per meal and 15 grams of protein with each snack for a goal of 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you're 120 pounds, ideally you want about 120 grams of protein. However, getting at least 100 grams of protein is going to positively improve your hormones too, no matter how much you weigh. Number 5, don't do blue light after sunset. Our circadian rhythm should be in balance with the sun. The light we are exposed to in the morning is blue light, and it sets our circadian rhythm in motion for the rest of the day. Good sleep actually starts in the morning. After the sun sets, light exposure, especially blue lights like from our phones and TVs, disrupt our circadian rhythm. Not only does this impact our sleep, but it also messes up our hormones. Best practice is to avoid looking at screens before the sun rises and after the sun sets. If it's unavoidable for you, you can always get something like blue blocker glasses, which I have linked in the description below. Number 6, don't do consistent late nights. This sort of piggybacks off my last one. If we're up late, we're probably doing other things that we shouldn't be doing, like looking at screens, snacking on foods that spike our blood sugar, and just missing out on sleep that would be helping us. Now, I know that later nights aren't completely avoidable, but for the most part, we want to go to bed at a decent time that allows for at least 8 hours of sleep. Last but not least, number 7 is do not use fragrance. There are so many chemicals that disrupt our hormones and can damage our fertility, and a very big one is fragrance. Fragrance is a known endocrine disruptor. And what is the endocrine system? Basically, our hormone system. Fragrance is in cleaning products, hygiene products, scented candles, makeup, detergents, garbage bags, and so much more. My encouragement to you is to go through your home products and slowly start swapping over anything that has fragrance to either fragrance-free items or only scented with essential oils. I have some of my favorite clean products linked down below, from laundry detergent to skincare, that are fragrance-free, and a good website that you can use to look at overall toxicity in your products is the EWG website. Now that wraps up this video, but if you want to keep learning more about optimizing your hormones, I encourage you to check out the holistic fertility course that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. It's linked right down below. But thanks for being with me in this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.